Welcome to the Around the Pit podcast, presented by Camp Chef, with your hosts, Kyle Andrus and Kate Huskinson.
Welcome back, everyone, to a very special Thanksgiving edition of the Around the Pit podcast. Everyone, are we excited? You excited for Thanksgiving? Mike's excited. Lucas is excited.
I'm excited.
Woo!
This guy's excited.
Woo, woo. That guy's excited. We're all excited for Thanksgiving. So we wanted to give you an extra special episode. Go through all of the debates that you might have around Thanksgiving, and we're going to give you the correct answers.
Yeah.
It's going to be it. That's the end of story. Correct answers to a lot of these things.
This is the authority of truth when it comes to Thanksgiving.
This is what everyone always asks. What do the Around the Pit guys have to say about it?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, that's true.
We were talking about Thanksgiving before we started recording, and little known fact, Lucas told us Jingle Bells is a Thanksgiving song.
No, it is not.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. Okay, what makes
Originally,
it a Thanksgiving song?
it was a Thanksgiving song. It just
What makes it a Thanksgiving song?
eventually moved its way into
Dashing
December
through the
for
snow.
some reason.
Snow is traditionally
horse open
attributed with
sleigh.
Thanksgiving. Yes.
Over the hills we go, laughing all the way.
Ha ha ha. Yes. There's no way. There is 0% chance that it's a Thanksgiving song.
It's because the second verse is all about killing the turkey. And
Zero 0% chance is what you're telling me.
It's 0%.
All right, what does Google
You're
say?
not even going to give me a 1%.
No. Let's see. It was written in 1850 by James Lord Pierpont, the Simpson town in Milford, Massachusetts. It's claimed it was originally written to be sung by a Sunday school choir for Thanksgiving or as a drinking song. So you're just going to believe what's on the internet then? Is that what you're telling me, Lucas?
You're on the internet.
This will be on the internet. But there's what it's made for, and then there's what it is used for. And which one is more important?
You got a point.
Point one for me.
But originally, Thanksgiving.
it's originally a Thanksgiving song.
And that was a fool's errand.
Here's the question, though. Considering it's a Thanksgiving song, does that move the date of when you can start listening to Jingle Bells to before Halloween?
It depends on what your views are. Because, well, I'm a big proponent of you can listen to Christmas music whenever you want. I personally like to wait till after Thanksgiving, as it's one of my favorite holidays. I freaking love turkey. And I think it's one of the most underrated meats out there. And I love everything else. Football, food, stuffing, rolls. I freaking love Thanksgiving. Black Friday's dope. And I like to keep that sacred for me personally.
Crazy how much you love Thanksgiving and didn't know about the Jingle Bells thing, but that's okay. Hey, really quick, before we get into the stuff we have written down here, what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving, I am cooking a turkey. I'm going down to my in-laws, going down to Salt Lake City, Utah. And we're going to go and vibe down there. And then we're going to have what we call early Christmas the next day because everyone's flying in from across the country. And then they're going to go back and we're going to spend Christmas with the other families. And so we have everyone who's around the country flies in. We have Thanksgiving, Black Friday, which is then Christmas Eve. And then we have fake Christmas on that Saturday, it's a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
It's pretty sweet. What about you?
We're doing a Thanksgiving with my wife's family, and then we're doing a Friendsgiving the following Sunday. So
Friendsgiving.
And I'm cooking for both of them. So I'm doing turkey and potatoes on Thursday, and then turkey and potatoes again on Sunday.
Mashed potatoes, or are you doing anything else?
I'm doing mashed potatoes. I might do some roasted like garlic potatoes
Some
as
roasties?
well, or like some au gratin potatoes.
No, dude.
Yeah,
Au gratin potatoes.
Yeah.
Fun fact, are the best potato.
they're the best potato.
Kate has a video where he did an entirety of a Thanksgiving dinner in
3 hours.
Well, and then I did one on. I've done a couple now. I did one where you fry turkey, where we just did one with the how to make the best mashed potatoes. I went through all the steps to try to figure out that, and then one more where we smoked my Uncle Joe's. My wife's Uncle Joe made the best turkey I've ever had. He gave me all of his secrets. So.
I brought it up because I wanted to ask you a question.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
You recently deep fried a turkey.
Did.
Are you cooking this year?
I am cooking this year.
Are you going to deep fry it or smoke it?
I am going to smoke it.
Because I'm on the fence.
So if it was at my house, I probably would feel better about deep frying a turkey. If you have the time, deep frying the turkey, or if you don't have the time, deep frying a turkey is the way to go. You can do it so much faster.
Yeah.
We did a 16-pound bird in an hour and a half, Mike, I think.
And it was so moist too.
It was delicious,
but crispy.
Moist yet crispy. That's what they call me.
That was good.
But I don't know. But smoking it, there's just there's a je ne sais quoi, you know?
Yeah, smoked turkey.
We're like a smoked turkey. Just it's almost becoming nostalgic for me because I've had it like the last 5 years as I've had someone smoke it. But what are you leaning towards smoking?
I'm leaning towards smoking it. both times.
Yeah. Or maybe you
But
could do one.
the deep
do
fried
the
would be
other.
good.
It,
It's
and
so
people
good.
are scared a lot of frying a turkey because they see the horror stories. But I mean that video that I shared that I did earlier. I fried a turkey my first time. Nothing was even close to going wrong there.
You just have to be smart.
You have to be smart
Yeah.
about it. You figure out how much oil really to do, and you'll be fine. But I don't know. I still think smoked turkey is, I think
The
that's
best?
That's king. It's pretty hard to beat, especially if you do it right.
Well, I think I'm going to smoke both of them. I might change my mind, but that's what I'm leaning towards.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Should we get into this?
Let's do it.
All right. Thanksgiving debates.
Lucas is going to provide us with some off-the-cuff Thanksgiving debates, and we are going to tell you exactly what the right answer is and all the reasons for it.
First up, is mac and cheese a Thanksgiving side dish?
Go. Okay. What do
Go
you
ahead.
think?
No, you go first.
I mean, if you want mac and cheese to be a Thanksgiving side dish, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. I know for me it's not traditional. I didn't grow up in the South and it feels like a very Southern thing, but I don't see why you couldn't have it as a side dish.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Here's my caveat. I think if it's the correct mac and cheese, it's a side dish. If it's like Kraft macaroni and cheese, no. Here's the thing. It has to be baked. Baked mac and cheese
It has to have
is in
crumbled
another
topping.
it's another category for me.
Gotcha.
And that's
so
a side.
If you're going to do mac and cheese, it is only a side if you're doing it correctly. If you're just throwing together, if you get the Annie's mac and cheese from in the little cups and pour that out, that's not going to
Yeah,
do
if
it.
you've got little dinosaur shapes and stuff, no.
Well, hold up now. That could be really good. If someone comes out with SpongeBob mac and cheese,
Hey, guess what? You're wrong. It's a side dish if you do it right.
done.
All right, what's the next one? Here we go.
Dark meat versus light meat.
How about this? Count of three, we say it at the same time.
'Kay.
1, 2, 3.
Dark
Dark meat.
correct.
Dark meat 100% of the
100%. If you're going light meat, something is wrong with you.
Okay.
There's something wrong with me.
You're a light
You're a
meat guy,
light meat
Lucas?
guy? Why?
I mean, I eat both. I'm a meat guy, honestly.
Well, I mean, yes,
more of a-
correct. All turkey is good turkey,
I couldn't
but
tell
the
you
dark meat is
right
way
now.
better.
I couldn't tell you the difference. I'll let you know in 3 weeks.
Yeah, good point. Here's the thing. The dark meat it has more fat, and fat equals flavor. To me, it's just more flavorful, and it's
100%.
cover your ears. Trigger warning. It's moister.
Moister.
It's
Yeah,
more
it is-
moist,
It is
in my
way more
opinion.
moist. It is delicious. The only bad part about it is having to fight all the bones to get to it. That's the one thing that white meat has, is that it's ease of access.
That's true.
But it gets a lot drier, a lot quicker. You have to specifically make all of your decisions based around keeping that breast meat dry, and so I don't think it's as good.
I think dark meat.
Dark meat. That's the answer.
If you disagree, tell us in the comments why.
Yeah, but
But we're dark meat. Team dark meat over here.
All right. Next up, time of day. Is afternoon or evening better for a Thanksgiving meal?
Thanksgiving is a lunchtime thing for me.
I
It's like
agree.
noonish.
Yeah, I mean, I know that there's the tradition about having it at dinner, but if you can eat a lot of food at noon, 1, 2 o'clock in that area, and then you can sit and let it rest and then watch some football, and then you have pie later, you're not trying to fit all of this into one
Yeah.
3-hour session.
Thanksgiving starts at noon and it ends at
It ends at Black Friday.
bedtime. Black Friday. Yeah.
Although all that tryptophan will make you fall asleep, but you get the Thanksgiving nap after eating. You don't have to be worried about the time. You get the pie. It's late afternoon. If you haven't done an afternoon Thanksgiving, you're missing out.
I'm curious to know what other people do.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. What do you do? Do you have an afternoon? Do you have an evening? Which one's the right one? Do you have a breakfast?
Yeah. Anyone in the breakfast camp?
Next question. Best Thanksgiving pie.
Okay. Answers on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Pumpkin pie.
Man.
Here's the thing. Pumpkin's not my favorite pie.
Okay.
But if the question is best Thanksgiving pie, you have to have a pumpkin
You
pie.
have to.
Um,
But what is your favorite pie then?
coconut cream.
Coconut cream. Okay. And then, so why isn't coconut cream a Thanksgiving pie?
Because coconuts are not inherently a fall, autumn flavor.
And so a Thanksgiving pie has to be an autumn flavor. What about like a key lime or a lemon meringue?
Get out of here, dude.
So you're saying that the Thanksgiving pies only
Thanksgiving pies are pumpkin, apple, and pecan,
and sweet potato.
and sweet potato pie. Those are the 4 pies for Thanksgiving.
That's it. No other.
I don't.
I'd say
there's
a
other
berry.
pies.
There's a
yeah.
berry in there too, I think.
You think there's a berry pie?
Oh,
Well, I
yeah.
mean, berries are naturally
An
in
apple.
summer.
Ooh, apple
I'm
pie.
very opinionated about this,
I
and
need
I
apple
didn't
pie,
realize
too.
that about myself.
But I see. But pumpkin, I don't think anyone's going to argue with this. The best pie to have on Thanksgiving is pumpkin pie. Even if you don't like pumpkin pie,
Yeah.
it's the best one. You have to have.
Here's
it.
the thing: pumpkin pie, you have to have whipped cream on it.
Oh,
Straight pumpkin pie, you're insane.
you're a lunatic.
Yeah.
The whipped cream makes the pumpkin pie.
Yep. I agree.
Pumpkin pie is pretty much just a whipped cream vessel for me.
Yeah.
So
The more whipped cream, the better.
pumpkin pie with dollops of
You
Cool Whip on top.
cover the
correct?
whole
Yeah.
thing in it. for
But
all
here's
I
the thing. We'll get back to this. The best Thanksgiving dessert, bar none, pumpkin roll.
care. Pumpkin roll.
Yeah.
Oh, famously the Indians and the Pilgrims came together and served a delicious pumpkin roll.
Yeah, I mean, it was passed down through generations before that, but dude, pumpkin roll is by far, I will eat an entire pumpkin roll by myself.
Well, what makes it the best? Is it the taste?
Cakey, spongy pumpkin cake
Cakey, spongy pumpkin cake. Okay.
with the cream cheese frosting on it, dude. There's nothing better, man.
That's.
If I had to choose between pumpkin roll and any pie, pumpkin roll every single day
over coconut cream.
over coconut cream.
It's a Thanksgiving ho-ho.
Oh, dude.
That's
Yeah.
Swiss
It's a ho-ho,
roll.
right? Is that the one it's chocolate with the whipped
Yeah.
cream
I think so.
roll?
Yep.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
or a
yeah.
Swiss roll.
All
They're
right.
the same.
Next
one's
one-
Hostess,
next
one's
one
Little
up.
Debbie's. All right. But yeah, pumpkin roll.
What are your thoughts on cranberry sauce?
I could go without it.
Dude. Cranberry sauce is the most underrated part of Thanksgiving for me.
Is it?
Yes.
Tell me why. Convince me.
So you have so much savory on your plate. You have so much salty. There's not a lot of things that bring a little tartness, a little sweetness, and especially like the jellied one. It brings a whole different texture than anything that's on the table, unless you have like Jell-O for Thanksgiving. Adding a little bit of that on your turkey, or putting it even with your stuffing. Like if you are having Thanksgiving leftovers and you have a leftover sandwich with no cranberry sauce, it is just salt on savory. Adding that little bit of sweetness and tartness really completes everything for me. It rounds out all of Thanksgiving. It is
Does it?
so underrated.
Does not, and it is overrated.
You are the worst, Lucas.
Here's the thing.
You have
I
cranberry
don't mind
sauce
it.
for the small children in your family. Okay,
Well-
to be fair, I've only ever had it straight out of the can. No one's ever dressed it up real nice. So
I mean-
could be missing out on something.
The can is a little bit nostalgic for me too, so I will say that. But even with the can, adding a little bit on there, or if you're making some from scratch, it's pretty dang good too. But it adds a little sweet tartness that just rounds everything out.
If I showed up and there wasn't cranberry sauce, I would still have a fantastic
Well,
Thanksgiving.
see, that's not the issue there. I actually
Yeah.
would still have a great Thanksgiving too.
My
but it
dinner
just
would be
adds.
just fine.
So that's a no on cranberry sauce. All right, so next
Well,
up.
You freaking
Stuffing-
Unanimously, we agree cranberry sauce.
Stuffing versus dressing.
What's the difference here? Because I think that's just semantics.
yeah. So some people call it dressing. You dress the bird with it,
Yeah.
and some people call it stuffing. Dressing's what goes on a salad. Stuffing, you stuff the bird with it traditionally. Even though I never make my stuffing in the bird, I always make it without on the outside. But if you call it dressing, go to a psychiatric hospital.
It isn't called stovetop dressing.
That is true. Is it?
No.
I don't know enough about the English language in general to know this. I don't know what the difference is. I've called it both. To me, the differentiation between the two has always been like they're the same thing to me, actually.
I was ready for some great ideological.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah. Bombshell to come off. But stuffing is its own category. A dressing is like ranch.
I will say this, and I mean this with every fiber of my being. Thanksgiving stuffing / dressing is everything.
It makes Thanksgiving.
Yeah. It
There's
really
no
does.
other time of year
Yeah.
that you can have stuffing.
All right, next question.
Dry brine versus wet brine.
All right. So with the turkey,
I feel like you have a very strong opinion about that just by the way you're setting this up.
I do have a strong.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, dry brine versus wet brine. If you haven't brined your turkey, you're missing out on so much flavor, so much moisture, so much texture. It changes the whole outlook of the bird. Second of all, if you're going to dry brine it, it is by far the superior option. All you need is a little bit more time, and it is so much easier to do than a wet brine. The wet brine, you have to get everything. You have to make all of the poultry seasoning. You have to mix it all up. You have to keep the temperature between the certain degrees. You have to add ice every few hours. Within the day of Thanksgiving, that's just adding more pressure to you. That's adding more complicatedness to your Thanksgiving, and I don't think it's worth it. I think if you dry brine it, you put it on 3 days, 2 days ahead instead of just the 24 hours, and you just cover it in salt, let it go, and then you're ready on Thanksgiving. You can just throw it in the smoker if that's what you're going to do, and then you're done, and it gets equally as salty, equally adds as much moisture as the wet brine does, and you don't have to worry about pulling it out and then bringing it back up to temperature the right way and worrying about all the salmonella and stuff. It's by far the best way to do the brine.
I think I agree with you. I don't think I have room in my fridge for a bucket with a turkey in it.
No,
but I already have the turkey in the fridge, so I just salt it and
and you put it back. And to be fair, you could probably just put it outside depending on where you live.
I've never tried it. I don't know wet versus dry brine flavor wise, convenience wise. I'm dry brine all the way.
Brine. And then inject. You have to inject too.
So we're going with dry brine?
Dry brine, easy.
Do you have to make a turkey on Thanksgiving? Or could you do a ham, pizza, a rotisserie chicken?
I mean, okay. Do you have to make a turkey on Thanksgiving? No. Should you? 100%. There's so many things out there that you can have. Like, people are saying prime rib, ham, pizza. You can do whatever you want on Thanksgiving, but you can also do that any other time of year. There's only really one time of year that you can do turkey, and that's during Thanksgiving. Or else you're going to have to pay an arm and a leg online to find one. You have to do turkey.
You just gave me an idea. I'm making a Thanksgiving pizza this year.
A Thanksgiving pizza?
As far as turkey goes on Thanksgiving, I'm more in that camp than not. I'll say that much. I don't think I'm as impassioned about it as you are, but you got to do turkey on Thanksgiving. I just think, Kyle, you make a good point. Like, there's so many days that you can eat pizza, and you can
go get a prime rib from Costco anytime.
Yeah, I'm in the turkey for Thanksgiving camp.
I agree, and again, do whatever you want, but you're missing such an opportunity if you're not making a turkey on Thanksgiving. If you don't like turkey and you want to make something else on Thanksgiving, that's because you're not doing turkey right.
All right, to wrap up, mac and cheese at Thanksgiving, if done properly, if it's baked.
It's a side, yeah.
It's a side, yes. Dark versus light, dark.
Yep.
Afternoon or evening, afternoon for sure.
Correct.
Best Thanksgiving pie.
Pumpkin roll.
Not necessarily the best pie.
But the best pie to eat on Thanksgiving.
Pie. Cranberry sauce. 100% no.
No, it's 100% yes. That's correct.
Stuffing versus dressing. We don't see the difference.
Hold up now. There is a difference. I feel like you're taking Kate's side on all of these here, Lucas.
He happens to be on my side.
Of course you think he's fine.
Dry brine versus wet brine. Dry.
Yeah.
And yes to making turkey on
He got it.
Thanksgiving. I agree. I mean,
okay, here's another question for you. Do you have to watch football on Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Wow.
Undeniably. It's part. What about the Thanksgiving Day parade? Does anyone actually still watch that?
Parades are for children.
Yeah, I'm like, what's the point? I don't need the Thanksgiving Day parade. I think it's lame. But the dog show? Have you seen that?
Okay, wait a second. You just said the Thanksgiving Day parade is lame, and then immediately said, but the dog show.
There's a dog show on Thanksgiving. The AKC Championship.
Yeah?
Is always on Thanksgiving, and we always put that on.
The dog show,
before the football starts, it's always the AKC dog show.
There you go. Hot tips from Kyle.
You watch it.
Dog shows.
And we always vote for the one that looks most like our childhood dog growing up. There's always a Boston Terrier in there, so always root for it.
All right, let's go to barbecue courtroom. Let's go to the next one. I can't even remember what this one was, so this will be good. We'll be exploring it together.
Yeah, scroll down a little bit there, Lucas. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, I remember now. This is going to be good.
All right.
This comes from Reddit. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and my wife and I are making plans to host our family. I'm doing the bulk of the cooking, including a rib roast.
Not a turkey. It's already bad.
I'm excited since it's one of my favorite dishes and I much prefer it to turkey. We've been fortunate this year to be able to afford a good one. I plan on cooking it to a medium rare temperature since that's what I and most people in general prefer. And objectively, it's juicier and more tender that way. My wife is annoyed by this and says that I should make it medium well or well done since her and her parents don't like it bloody. That's not blood, but whatever. I told her that they can eat the end slices, which tend to be more cooked than the bulk of the roast, and if it's still too bloody, they can nuke their piece after it's cut. I think it makes perfect sense. Obviously, if I were making steaks, each one could be made to the preferred doneness of each person, but this is one expensive piece of meat, and I don't want to ruin it when the solution is clear. You can always cook a piece more. You can't uncook it.
I say go ahead, cook it to the doneness that you want it to be, and then anyone who wants it more done, they can go and finish theirs off in the oven. Or you can, even if you want to be nice, you can cut off a few pieces and go put it in the oven and cook it a little bit longer.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Also, he says it's one of his favorite dishes. Cook it the way you want it.
Yeah. It's also kind of mean for them to be like, oh, you have to cook it to the way we want it.
Yeah,
And ruin it
where
for yourself.
You've made this point that you can always cook it more. You can't uncook it. So it seems ridiculous to cook it all the way to just the specification of a few people. When cooking it medium rare, you can cook it medium rare and then adjust it from there to everyone else.
Even if you want to
This
cut
was
it, like
easy, dude.
yeah, if you can cut like half of it off and then put the rest back into whatever
Yeah.
you're cooking it,
Easy.
and then you bring that up the rest of the way, great.
Yeah,
But-
that was easy.
Boom. Done.
Case dismissed. Yeah, that was easy, dude. Cook the prime rib how you want it.
And also have a Thanksgiving turkey. What are you doing?
Okay.
Thanksgiving side dish draft. Let's do it. You ready?
Yeah, who's going first?
Winner goes first. Okay, you go first.
I'm going dressing/stuffing.
Oh,
Number 1.
that. I mean, it's hard to beat that, man. You can't really beat that. Except you left the obvious number 1 to me. Yeah, it's actually second, but still. Number 1 pick for me: mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes and gravy.
Mashed
Boom.
potatoes and gravy? That's a good
Done.
one, dude.
There you are. Number 2, you have to have rolls on Thanksgiving. If you're not having rolls, you're doing it wrong. And I don't know. It's almost the best part of Thanksgiving. It's like the big 3 are.
No.
We have the big
Nope.
3 already done.
No.
Okay, what's
Cornbread.
better? Cornbread.
Cornbread's number 2.
I think this one is more of where you are in the world, in the U.S. is which one's better, but.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm at dressing and cornbread.
Strong.
You've got potatoes and gravy? Ah, that's a good one. Does
Potatoes
that
and
take
gravy
potato dishes
rolls.
off the
No.
Okay.
This is one specific potato.
sweet potatoes/yams?
You just threw your pick in the trash, my friend.
No.
I don't
The comments will show that I am
The
correct.
comments
in
will
this.
show that you're incorrect. No one likes sweet potatoes and yams. The only reason, reason that they're there is for the toasted marshmallows on top. I'll eat the top of that all
Hey,
day.
I'm not arguing with you, buddy, but they're number 3.
Okay. So I have my last 2 picks. So there's a couple that come to mind. You got green bean casserole, which is disgusting, and no one should ever bring it. You also have what I think I'm going to take right here, and that is macaroni and cheese. The baked, topped with the crispy deliciousness, the whole 9 yards. That mac and cheese is by far the best. And it's going right there next to my mashed potatoes and gravy and my rolls. And then number 4, my last pick. I'm having a hard time deciding which one I want to do here, mainly because there's a lot that I can't think of many other ones. The only ones I can really think of are ones that I don't like that much. is the green bean casserole is one, and I'm blanking on another one.
How many sides did we run out of sides?
Since I can't really think of another one, and I think it's going to get some votes, I'm going to say green bean casserole. I'm not a huge fan of that pick. Don't love it, but I know that there are some green bean casserole people in the comments. You have to help me out on this one. So my final team is mashed potatoes and gravy, rolls, Mac and cheese and green bean casserole.
Yep. And I'm taking creamed corn for the win.
Cream corn sucks.
Yep. So creamed corn to
No.
round out my all-star team of stuffing, cornbread, yams, creamed corn.
Man, my team runs over your team.
No.
My team is so much better.
No, dude. The comments will prove out that I have the better side team, dude.
No. Let us know in the comments who wins. Do I win with the mashed potatoes? Obviously, I could have won with just that pick alone. Actually, the stuffing's pretty strong, but let us know in the comments below who won that one. So we have one more thing that I wanted to go over here today, and that I wanted to look at a map of the most popular side dishes in each state and see who's right and who's wrong.
All right, let's do it.
So first and foremost, on this map, number one thing I noticed, why is Idaho's not mashed potatoes?
Because I eat it for breakfast, dude.
Side salad, dude? Is their favorite? Idaho, why is mashed potatoes not your favorite Thanksgiving side?
If you're from Idaho, tell us why side salad is your...
Because this
Yeah.
is speaking for everyone in
Because
your
this
state.
map is 100% accurate. I want to know what's happening in New England, dude.
What's up there?
What's that?
Glazed carrots?
What's Delaware doing, dude? Cauliflower mashed potatoes?
That is just a crime. Why
What?
is Delaware?
Ooh,
hurt you guys?
glazed carrots.
Glazed,
Glazed
glazed,
carrots on that
carrots
one.
are actually pretty good. Hey Girl Hey has a really good recipe that I made last year.
But for Thanksgiving?
Yeah,
Dude,
more Thanksgiving than anything else.
2 states have a charcuterie tray for their side?
That's not a side. That's an appetizer. You get there, you come to Thanksgiving, you have your charcuterie tray. That's not during the meal. That's what you're eating to help.
That's something you would have out, hours after dinner, where people just kind of snack throughout the rest.
Okay,
of the
here's a
evening,
question I
right?
have for this map specifically. I want to talk to Arkansas right now. If you're in Arkansas, are you just eating the white gravy on its own?
just a little bowl.
Because everybody
of
else,
white
there's
gravy.
mashed potatoes, and I'm assuming gravy on all these other states, and yours is white gravy.
That's ridiculous.
This just turned into us roasting everyone.
You might put it on biscuits, maybe.
Well, see, that's
White
great.
gravy on biscuits? That'd be
See,
good.
You can go and you can work with North Carolina over there. You guys can work great. But that's not Thanksgiving food, but it's good. Why are you just eating white gravy?
You got the casserole belt right there. Mushroom casserole,
The
hash
casserole
brown
belt.
casserole, sweet potato casserole.
I'm like, casseroles. I don't
Casseroles are good. What's Louisiana got?
know. Cornbread dressing.
Cornbread dressing, okay,
Casserole's more
there-
of a suspender.
Louisiana is onto something with the cornbread dressing.
So I made a cornbread dressing last year, and it was delightful. That was the first time I've ever made it for Thanksgiving. It was really, really good. But I will say, us in Florida, Utah and Florida, we definitely and Michigan,
I'm noticing the west side of the country is a little more boring.
we got. Well, I mean,
It's just real standard stuff, whereas
Yeah.
East Coast they're being a little more.
but the west side of the country,
Yeah.
they're all correct. Mashed potatoes. I mean, mashed
Potatoes.
potatoes and rolls. Except
Hey,
for
I've got a question.
except for Idaho and New Mexico, need to get some serious help.
I've got a question for you.
Yeah,
We talked about mac and cheese being a Thanksgiving side.
yeah.
What about beans?
Like green beans,
No, like
baked beans.
baked beans.
I've never had.
Dude,
I've
I
never
could
even
always
thought
eat
of that
beans.
as a Thanksgiving side.
Neither have I, but I'm looking at this list and I'm like, why aren't beans up there?
Why are beans?
Probably because they're not a Thanksgiving side. That's a stupid question, but Texas is creamed corn.
Texas is gross.
Creamed corn is
Cream corn is
that bad.
disgusting.
I'm gonna make you cream corn.
And I will throw it up.
Is
No.
hominy more of a Christmas side?
Hominy.
What is hominy?
It's like that fluffy, soft
Hominy,
corn
hominy,
looking
hominy.
stuff.
Yeah, it's like a giant. It's like a bigger kernel of corn.
I think that's more of a Christmas thing, right? I remember always eating it as a kid. I think it's
I
Christmas
think
though.
it's just your imagination. I think it's just
Mashed
a
potatoes.
figment of your past.
Mashed potatoes is a clear winner.
Yeah.
Baked potato up there, and
Wyoming. All 3 people up in Wyoming like baked potatoes. Congrats, guys. You did it.
baked potatoes.
That's
All
just
three
that's just one
3 people.
family up
Oh,
there.
there's a lot of baked potatoes. Oklahoma. What is that? Michigan up there? Minnesota?
Wisconsin? Yeah, so we got Wisconsin, Oklahoma, and Wyoming all like baked potatoes, which
A lot of potatoes.
Well, potatoes are the best.
Sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
It is
baked,
potato season.
mashed.
You know, Thanksgiving is right
wonder
after potatoes.
I wonder how many of these would say turkey if it was main dish.
Like favorite Thanksgiving food.
Yeah.
Period.
I bet, based off of the sides, I would bet that every single state except for Rhode Island has turkey.
Except for the one that has
Just kidding.
or mashed
Just kidding,
cauliflower.
Rhode Island.
We're going to offend all 5 of you that live in Rhode Island.
We're getting a little too bold in here.
Bold and brash.
Um,
More like belongs in the trash. The SpongeBob
What?
reference.
Wait a second. Washington roasted vegetables is your favorite side? What are you doing up there?
If roasted vegetables are your favorite, what are mashed
What's roasted
potatoes?
Yeah. Well, that's a root vegetable.
Well, it's still a vegetable. I mean, some people roast
Creamed
them in the
corn.
It's like green. Notice on here, I don't think I see any green bean casserole.
Yeah, there is. It's I just saw it. Green beans right there.
Well, green beans. There's green beans in Iowa and Indiana.
That's
because
because nobody eats just plain green beans. It's always in a casserole form, dude.
I don't see green, but there's hash brown casserole, which I've never heard of.
I wonder if hash brown
What is-
casserole is like Utah's funeral potatoes.
Maybe.
Or
Tater-
tater tots.
I
yeah.
mean, tater tots. I wouldn't mind eating
Hey, this bit's dragging on a little bit,
a
isn't
little
it?
bit. Well, I'm just trying to see how many clips we can farm.
Final thought. Why is Thanksgiving the middle child of the holidays?
Because it's between. Well, when you say middle child, what do
Besides
you
the
mean?
fact that it's between Halloween and Christmas.
That's what I was going to say.
It often gets overlooked because as soon as November 1st rolls around, people are already into Christmas.
Mariah Carey comes out of her hiding on November 1st each year. I think that Christmas is such a big holiday here in the States that people immediately go there. And a lot of it has to do with corporate companies ruining the fabric of this country. Just
All right.
kidding. And celebrating Black Friday earlier and earlier and earlier. But
Thanks for listening to our branded podcast. All right, continue.
okay. But I think companies are coming out earlier. We're having Black Friday sales earlier and earlier and earlier. And so people are like, oh, they're getting thinking about about Christmas season. And it's such a massive, it's like the only time where there's really a bunch of songs that are about Christmas. There's a whole feeling about it.
I mean, Christmas just takes more time to plan for than a dinner.
Yeah, because Christmas, you're shopping for gifts for months. I mean, I've already been doing all my Christmas shopping.
Do you want to know my opinion?
Yeah.
I don't really view Thanksgiving and Christmas as two different. Thanksgiving is like pre-Christmas. It's like
Really?
the holidays, right?
The holidays.
It's kind of like the same feeling. People are. It seems more generous and
It's
more
pre-Christmas.
outgoing. It's pre-Christmas to me. It's like pre-gaming Christmas
pre-gaming Christmas with turkey.
with turkey. yeah.
and just in pie. But
It is kind of funny that like the polar ends of the holiday spectrum, Halloween and Christmas, are right there, and Thanksgiving's just caught in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, because they're probably 3 of the most celebrated. I mean, that and then you have New Year's, which
It's a segue
I wrap
holiday.
New
And
Year's
Flag Day, you're forgetting Flag Day.
and Flag Day and Arbor Day.
Just kidding.
New
New Year's is right there. That's why it's called the holidays.
Yeah.
When people say the holidays, it starts with Halloween, right?
No.
when they say happy, no, I'm just kidding.
I'm like Happy Holidays. Like
Thanksgiving starts all day.
yeah,
I
it starts like
Yeah.
November 1st is the start of the holidays.
Yeah, it is.
But I don't know. I think I think Thanksgiving needs to get a better publicist
Why?
because
It's
it needs to separate.
it's
pretty-
already number 2 in the holidays, dude.
I know, but is it number 2
Yeah, it is.
or is Halloween bigger than it?
Halloween might be bigger than it, but
He's looking it up for us.
okay, we're adding this bit here. Let's rank the holidays. Where's Thanksgiving? What'd you type in?
Most popular holidays, 2023.
I typed in top us holidays.
Top us holidays.
Check this out. Here we go.
All right, we're gonna.
Thanksgiving
Number 1
is number
Thanksgiving?
1.
Memorial Day is number 2.
All right,
Hold
so
up.
most popular national and religious events in the United States as of the second quarter of 2023. Thanksgiving, 79%. Memorial Day, 78. Christmas, 78.
Because
Halloween is 68. It's barely top 10.
Really? So I
Wow.
see why Christmas is underneath like Thanksgiving. It's because there's not everyone celebrates Christmas for religious reasons.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot of different people, a lot of different holidays that people normally celebrate around that time, and so that can bring it down a little bit. But Memorial Day being above it,
Memorial Day is above
Thanksgiving?
Christmas, and Thanksgiving's number one.
if I had to say the biggest holiday, what are they measuring this on? On the amount of people that
I think just truth. I think they're just
Just
measuring on
truth?
truth. No, I'm just kidding. But that is interesting that Thanksgiving would be number one.
Yeah, because that one goes across all religious boundaries, all lines. It's kind of like everyone in America celebrates it. That's why I'm wondering 79% is way too low. Because I think there's more than 79% of people that celebrate Thanksgiving. All right, let us know in the comments. Favorite holiday? Is it Thanksgiving? So there you go. We gave you all the answers to all your Thanksgiving questions. We drafted the best Thanksgiving sides. I think we did. We accomplished everything that we set out to do today.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
All right, that's it. To wrap this up, we covered a lot of ground here. We discovered the perfect Thanksgiving with the perfect sides. We clarified some gray areas when it comes to Thanksgiving. And all in all, this is, I think people will look back on this podcast and say that's when Thanksgiving was formalized. It was when we
finally, there it is.
when we did it.
Official.
So you can listen to our other podcasts on anywhere you can listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
Find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Camp Chef, and happy holidays, and eat some turkey.